10 countries across 3 continents, including multinationals and higher education institutions. As the founder of the Mindset Development Institute, he's created more than 30 mindset models for crucial skills in personal development, leadership, entrepreneurship, diversity, inclusion, effective communication, and high performance, and he's been doing that specifically since 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Mr. Jabu Zwane.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we doing this morning? Okay, I think we can do better than that. Let's try this again. How are we doing this morning?
Wonderful.
Very well, very well. Great to hear people are saying they're wonderful. Yes, it's a great pleasure to be here this morning. Well, thank you so much, Axel, for the opportunity to be here. I don't normally speak on this topic, but I'm quite excited because it is something that I'm passionate about, and that is about hosting events. And he's seeing events as a way to grow our companies, and actually as a way to generate employment, and more than anything, of positioning your company for success. Now, as you've already heard, I'm actually the past vice president. I've just finished my term with the PSA, and that is an organization of professional speakers in Southern Africa. So people that are really, I'm sure many of you may have seen a lot of them in many of your different companies. But I also serve at the moment with the Gibbs Alumni Speakers Network. I'm kind of helping them at the moment to grow that part of their business. So, let me ask you this question. Who of you have attended exhibitions before? Well, I hope all of you, because you are here this morning. It's a trick question I was asking. But who of you have displayed, have exhibited at different events? You just want to see by show of hands so I can see where I can finish my talk this morning. All right. Who of you have had epic fails with your exhibitions? Like, in other words, you went and spent tens of thousands of rands, you got nothing in return. Raise your hand. Okay. Some of you are honest. I see that. Great. All right. This is very important. It's a very important question, and that's what I'm going to try and tackle this morning. I want to make it as practical as I possibly can, so that at least you leave with some tools that you can be able to use. All right. Now, what I've done, go to the next, is one of the other companies that I run is called Success Mindset Summits, and then there we actually host different events for corporates. One of the opportunities you have as a company is to serve your industry. Now, for a long time, I worked as a pastor. I've probably preached to more than 700 different, messages since I've been a pastor, and I've done that in many different places. But altogether, as a speaker, I've probably done over 150 different talks, most of which were paid. And part of the reason why, as an institute, we run Success Mindset Summits, because we understand that many different industries require somebody to serve them, to come and bring experts, to come and bring actual practical tools to serve the industry. And you don't have to always go massive. A lot of the events that we normally run are like 70, 80 people, and most of the time we partner up with our clients to serve the industries at large. And this is what most people don't understand, is that a lot of companies out there are looking for collaborators. Who here understands that collaboration is the way to go in the 21st century? Okay, you're not going to make this thing on your own. I'm sure all of you as entrepreneurs, you understand that being on your own can be a lonely and a discouraging journey. And it's important then to collaborate. And collaboration is really about leveraging other people's experiences, resources, and also being a person of value. And it's one of the best ways to serve. If you want to be a servant in your industry, collaborate, right? Okay, so I've already gone through that. Now, let me ask you this question. How much do you think the exhibition business is globally? How much does it generate, revenue-wise, every year? Does anybody know? Let's take some guesses.
$2 trillion.
$2
trillion.
$2 trillion. Wow, that's very ambitious. $2 trillion. What is South Africa's GDP? Does anybody know? Annually, how much do we generate? In dollars.
About $1 trillion.
Not even close, about 450. How much is the US, does the US generate every year, GDP-wise? Does anybody know? Okay, it's about $32 trillion. So $2 trillion would be like 5 times South Africa's GDP. But it's very close. It's about, that close. No, it's much lower than that. 2024, we set to make about $61.1 billion and $79 billion in 2029. So it's a huge industry. So we can say maybe in South Africa, we're looking at, because South Africa is of course the hub of Africa in a lot of ways, and most of the events that happen throughout Africa are happening here in this country. Cape Town taking the bulk of those events, Johannesburg, and of course Durban. We can say in South Africa, maybe we're looking at about $2 billion, maybe. If we're ambitious. If you're not ambitious, we're looking at about $500 million. So it's a huge industry, and it has a whole bunch of opportunities for us to generate income. How can we be able to do that? We can be able to do that by, of course, hosting an event yourself, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Attendance, like some of you are just attendees here. Participating as myself, as a speaker, I am a participant, and of course through sponsorship. And sponsorship is where, of course, you are the one contributing the money and your name gets displayed on there. Why is it important to sponsor events like this? Why is it important to sponsor events? I try to have a very engaging conversation. I don't like being the one in the front and just like, other than looking very smart, because then I have all the answers. It's beautiful, right? Like I'm asking questions and I have all the answers and I'm the smart person in the room. Beautiful, I love it. You're saying? Visibility, right? Visibility is crucial. Visibility is one of the most crucial aspects of entrepreneurship. If nobody can see you, nobody knows that you exist. Yeah? No one knows that you exist. And the more popular the event is, the more visible you become. The more visible you become, the more you stay top of mind. If you stay top of mind, then when people are making decisions, then you're the first person that they're going to call, right? Okay. What else? What else? Let's go. What else? What are some of the reasons why we have to, consider sponsoring and getting involved in exhibitions?
So they don't happen without sponsorship.
They don't happen without sponsorships. Well, some of them, some don't. Quite a few people actually put their own money to make exhibitions happen. But yes, it becomes very tough. It becomes very taxing for you to host them without sponsorships. That's true. Yes? Building your brand. Building your brand is crucial. If, for anything, at least for building your brand. Brand power is crucial. Okay, I'm gonna move on from that. Attending, obviously, other than the goodie bags, is of course getting the knowledge, and of course then making connections. And we'll talk about that just now as well. All right, let's look at it. Why event exhibitions? Okay, for growth, for showcasing, and for connection. You can use exhibitions, of course, to grow, as you said, your brand and to grow your business. You can also use them to showcase to potential customers, showcase your products, and showcase to your entire network. It's amazing to me how many people don't let that network know what they do. There's this thing of thinking that I'm going to be successful overnight, which means that at night when nobody sees me, I'm successful, and in the morning, voila, look at me, I'm successful. So people have that idea, right? But it doesn't happen that way, right? Of course, all of us would love to just show up out of nowhere and say, oh my goodness, look at me, I've done it. And then I share with people how well I've done it. No, it doesn't happen that way. You've got to be able to get out there, be visible, talk and communicate about your product, showcase your product, and engage with potential customers. And one of the reasons why I think people don't like to talk and to exhibit is because they're afraid of what? Rejection. Yes? Most of us are afraid of rejection. That's why we don't talk about what we do. It's better for us to blame people and say, nobody sees my business and people are this and people are that. And I've heard that, like blaming customers, blaming potential customers. Because we don't know how to sell. We don't know how to talk powerfully to our brands, powerfully to our products. And we're blaming the customers. And of course, making connections. And I kind of have that there, but I don't like the word connection. Who here likes to refer to themselves as a connection? Raise your hand. Nobody likes being called a connection, right? Ever. Like, do you ever say, oh, I'm a connection? But how come we call people connections? I mean, how do you feel when somebody says you're a connection? Well, what do you feel?
I kind of feel a little bit like just a piece of
a tool. Yeah, it's being used,
yes,
like exploited.
Yeah.
So I don't like using that term, and I would say, no, don't use it. Talk to people as colleagues, as partners, as clients, rather than people calling people connections, because nobody likes to be called a connection ever. Generating leads, increasing brand awareness, and of course, making sales. Okay, now, mistakes that, rather let's talk about how do you prepare for an exhibition. Okay, research your target audience and the size. If you're going to go into an exhibition, research your target, and then also understand the previous success of whoever it is that is hosting the exhibition, right? We know there's a wealth of experience there in terms of hosting this particular exhibition, because when you go on the website, you can see all the work that they've done throughout the multiple years. This particular summit being the first one, but prior to this first one, there've been hundreds before that they've done, yes? So research, and of course, your product compatibility. I mean, what is the point of going to showcase, what can I say? What can be the most incompatible product at the particular exhibition? If we're doing education and training, and I'm going there and I'm selling, let's say, massage products. Some people may come because they want to have massages, but it is the most compatible product for the exhibition. Maybe it is. Why? Because people are stressed out. And the people in that particular industry, are they aware of the need for mental health? You see, immediately, yes. You're thinking, I'm not going to go there because it's education. But those people, they're stressed out. And they're looking to, get to de-stress, and they actually probably understand more why they need a product more than anybody else. See how you can quickly make a mistake thinking that something is not compatible when it is. So researching. Let's look at it. One of the aspects of preparing for exhibition: your marketing material, your branding, and your promotional tools. This is what we have done sometimes in the company that I've worked with. You get there, you don't have enough marketing material, or marketing material is late, and then you're waiting the exhibition, and then you're calling the printing company, and the printing company is coming up with all sorts of excuses, and then people come to your show, and then your show has got nothing. So it's important to make sure that your marketing material is ready, your branding is right. Now let's talk about your stand. What is the most important aspect of your stand? Your branding, right? What is the most crucial part of your branding? Your name of a company. You'd be surprised how many people actually have stands, and then they've got all sorts of things, but there's no name at the back. And then your logo, right? And then your catchphrase. What is your catchphrase? What should your catchphrase do? Hey? Attention for what exactly? What you do. It must talk to what you do. So many people have catchphrases that have got nothing to do, or I have to now imagine in my mind, what do you, leveraging AI for success in the 21st century. What? Like, okay, fine, like what is it that you do exactly? Right? Your catchphrase has got to speak to what you do. Your branding is going to be visible. Your brochure, your banner is not your brochure. So don't overpopulate your banner with all sorts of information. Just have those key points, whether it's, I would say not more than 5 in terms of what you do. And make them nice and big, nice and bright, right? And then another thing is about your team preparation. Why do I have minimized introverts? Do introverts like talking to people? Okay, so this is one of the mistakes that we make when we go out and exhibit, is that you have people who don't like talking to people and you're putting them in front of people and they're feeling awkward. And half the time, when the experience of your brand is an awkward experience, because they're not the people to talk to people. And there's nothing wrong with them being introverts, but that's just not their space. Social spaces make them feel nauseous half the time. I mean, you know, introverts, even when you visit them, the question in their mind is like, when are they leaving? As soon as they walk in their house, like, when are they leaving? It doesn't matter. Now, you put the poor person in front of thousands of people all throughout the day. How is that going to be helpful? Are they going to get you the leads?
No.
Are they going to ask the right questions? Are they going to have those meaningful connections? No. So that's why you have to then choose your team right. Have prepared scripts. Questions that people ask when people are going past are crucial. If people are asking the right questions, they're going to chase them away. Hey, what are you doing here? None of your business. What I'm doing here. You need to have the right people and have prepared scripts. And in these days, thankfully with AI, you are able to have a list of relevant questions to ask. And that will then have to be your task when you go home. Whenever you're going for an exhibition, make sure that you sit with your team and you prepare them for the right questions, so that when they're engaging with the potential customers, they don't ask questions that turn them off. And then of course, you have to have some kind of a criteria of what makes a hot lead. And I'll say this, for your people to be able to have hot leads, they must, whenever they're having a chat with customers, teach them to make notes and to have a separation between cold, medium hot, and hot leads. Have that separation. And then you have to have a pre-selection of some sort to determine what makes somebody a hot lead. And one of the ways is when you are having a conversation with the potential hot lead, is to pay attention to what they're saying, take note of what their pain points are, take note of how urgent they feel they need the product. Because if you don't do that, then you take too long with a hot lead. What happens after the exhibition? Are you the only person that they've spoken to? No, when you call them on Tuesday, when you had an exhibition on Friday, someone else has already gotten to them. So that's very, very important. So have that as don't just put all your leads on one page. It's a mistake. Because then you end up wasting a lot of time with cold leads as opposed to attending to the first hot leads, then semi-hot, and then of course, what you can then regard as cold leads. Is this helpful?
Yes.
Have you made these mistakes before?
Yes.
Okay, hopefully that we're not going to do them going forward, right? Cool. Your event exhibition checklist. You have to have some kind of a checklist to make sure that everything is ticked off. And then make sure that you're ticked off at least 2 to 3 days prior to the exhibition. There must be, whenever you're going to be going for an exhibition, make sure that you've got a team that is specifically dealing with it. Somebody must be some kind of a project leader, and make sure that you've got a team attacking. Because there's a lot, right? There are banners, there are brochures, there are promotional materials, there are the waters with the branding if you want to do the waters. Somebody with the budget as well. Make sure that the budget can be approved in time. Because there are always sometimes delays with the budget, and then you're waiting for the budget, and you're waiting, and then a couple of days earlier, before the event, what happens? We're running late, and everybody's disoriented. Who likes walking into an exhibition as a team and you are disoriented? You're unprepared, you're stressed out, because everything is not there. You've received everything in the morning, you haven't even had time to relax and catch your breath a little bit. Just do this for 5 minutes left. Thank you, appreciate that. Okay, so have some kind of a checklist. Are you ready? Okay, training your staff, we've spoken about that. Evaluate and learn from experience. Follow up on leads promptly. We'll talk about tracking on your ROI effectively. Collection of your leads. Attracting visitors with engaging displays. Make sure that your visuals are powerful. Okay, now again, who likes reading pieces of paper with a lot of information? Okay, so what makes you think that people are going to then read your whole long write-up at the back when you're displaying? Like, nobody really wants to read that, right? You want to try and have as minimal colors as you think on your banners, three colors max. If you're going to have visuals, make sure that they're high quality, strong visuals that can catch people's attention. Make sure that your names are nice and clearly visible, and somebody must be able to see your stand from afar and think, oh, what the heck is going on over there? So if you go to some of these stores and you buy those lights don't cost a lot of money. Just simple lighting at the back or on your banner can make a massive difference in terms of visibility. That's why you're going to prepare for this long in advance, right? And then of course, networking with attendees. When you've got your people there, make sure, they must be off the phones, please. Off the phones and not be sitting down as well. How do you feel when you're walking towards an exhibition stand and you see a person sitting down on their phone? Do you want to go there? No. You don't want to go there, right? Okay, if you have an introvert, that's what they're going to do. But if you have somebody who's shy, that's what they're like going to do. Having people that really thrive off the energy of people is the best thing you can ever do. Even if that person is somebody that is not necessarily in sales. Even if we can just like point people to say, hey guys, we've got something going on for you, talk to so and so. Direct to know. They can just direct them to the person that knows, and the person that knows talks to them. Plan ahead, and then offers and giveaways. Try to make sure that whatever you're going to be giving away has some kind of call to action and speaks to what you do. Okay? And make sure that it's properly branded. It's no point in me giving away something that is not branded with my company's details. Remember, brand visibility is also about that NLP, it's about that neurological imprint. You know, one of the reasons why, I'll say for example, the reason why I chose Mindset Development Institute. Does it sound unfamiliar to you? Sounds familiar. Sounds like you've heard it before. Yes? Unlike saying Jabuzwani Institute. Like, who the heck is he? He sounds like some Zulu chief. Maybe he's a tribalist. We're living in SA at the end of the day. Right? But if I say Mindset Development Institute, it sounds like you've heard it before, and it rings, it's very easy on the ear. And I'll say this as well. When you're naming your companies, make sure that your company, especially if you're starting out, speaks to something that's somehow to something that you're doing. Don't make me work so hard and wonder what the heck in the world are they doing. All right? Success Mindset Summit. Does it sound unfamiliar? No. Success is very popular. Mindset is popular. Summit is popular. Those three words together, easy on the eye. And then, do you want to go to Success Mindset Summit? Yes. Come on, you want to go to Success Mindset Summit? Yes. Yes. You see, right there and then, the name alone sells you. The name of your event. In other words, if you're going to be hosting events, make sure that the name of your event also is easy on the ear, and there's something that somebody says, oh yeah, I want to go to a leadership summit. Is this helpful? Yes. Come on, somebody say yes if this is helpful. Yes. Okay, cool. Pre-exhibition promotion, social media, your hashtags as we have here with Axel, photos and videos, lives, and live streams. Now, lives are powerful, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about your event. And I'll say this, in whatever you're doing, just make sure that you do lives on your page. Make sure that you've got the photos and the videos and then your hashtags. The more you promote your event, the more people want to come to your event, because they also understand that they're going to get promoted. Yes? Yeah. All right. So the more you promote your event, the more people want to come to your event, because then people like to be associated with what's popular. In your traditional medias, run a promo if you're going to be using traditional media. Make sure that you run a promotion that people can be able to collect something at the event. Pre-event promotion, win something to be collected at the event, and then of course your pre-event emails. your pre-event email, do you know that email still remains the most successful campaign, marketing campaign, more than any other digital campaign? Do you know that? Most people don't know that. Emails up to 30% response. So if you're not doing email to promote your events, not very helpful. Or rather, you're losing out. Okay, as you've mentioned, we can exhibit, of course, using a stand, as a panelist, as like me right now, as a speaker. I'm also exhibiting, even though I'm here speaking, yes? I'm exhibiting my services. If you want to see me really in action, talking about motivation to get you excited, getting you off your and then going out there and getting successful, this is what you see, yes?
Yes.
All right. So that's how I see it. As we're landing the plane, we've already spoken about this, and what's going to happen is this, is that if you want the presentation, at the end of my presentation, I'm going to have a QR code. Just make sure that you log onto that QR code and then send me your details. I'll send you not only the presentation, but also the booklet that I've written specifically for exhibitions. It's about a 15-page exhibition booklet where you can be able to use that and apply that next time that you run your own event or you're going for an exhibition. We've already spoken about that, how important it is for your people to have a strong connections and engagement by being present, staying off the phones, asking engaging questions, having those prepared questions. And then of course, we've spoken about brand visibility, engaging the booth and don't have it overdone. Quick one, watch out for time wasters. The way that you do that is that, I would say that for any stand, have 2 or 3 people, minimum 2, maximum 5. 5 is too much, too overwhelming. Nobody wants to go there and get swamped by people in blue, or people in red, or people in black, whatever it is that they're wearing as their brand colors. Okay? So, and then what happens is this, have agreement in terms of, okay, how do you, getting me out of the long conversation. So if one of you is standing there and you see this conversation is not going anywhere, come by, tap me at the back, oh sorry sir, I gotta go. And then you're out of there, okay? Because some people are there and they're bored, and they're just sort of interested in stuff, and they're curious, and it's great. But we're not there for curiosity without a sound. Okay? And one of the ways, of course, is having that little pen and paper. When you have pen and paper, it sends a neurological message to say, listen, we're not here to waste time, we're here to move, so get to the point quickly. Because you are there spending money, yes? And you want to get to the clients. So those tips work powerfully. As I've said, summarizing, prepare and plan, have a strategy, make sure your thing stands out. What's your goal? Is it awareness, sales, leads, or data? Have those interactive elements. You can have darts, you can have harmless things that people can play around with and throw around. Do something that can draw people to you. Of course, attendees, if you're attending, networking, talking to people, stop talking about yourself so much. Have 45, learn how to talk to what you do in 45 seconds. Hi, my name is Uzwani, I'm a mindset development specialist. I've worked in over 10 different companies, 10 different countries and all of that, and this is what I do. I help companies succeed by creating critical mindsets. I've done so for the last 5 years. What do you do? And then ask the person in front of them. What did Maya Angelou say? People may forget what you say, but you'll never forget how you made them feel. Be the one person that made them feel like they were important, because then they'll remember you. Your card, they will remember. Your face, that they will remember. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Round of applause for Java, please.